Hi everyone. I have been sent a drill and various bits from Dremel. Now I have never used a Dremel drill before and I have been engraving glass since 1983. So this is going to be very interesting and I'm very excited about it. The drill that they have sent me is the Dremel Stylo Plus versatile precision craft tool. I have not opened this before, so I don't know what I'm getting into. There's obviously a book to have a read from, quick start guide, you know, those things that we just about never read. So I see also inside here is a little bag of goodies. I have removed it from the packaging and there we have it. It's quite sweet. It's not that heavy. It's relatively comfortable, I have to say. That's not bad. It's got a little on-off switch there. Obviously a little speed control going on at the back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different settings. Quite easy to turn. So I've decanted some of these little bits into a larger bag so that I can see them a bit more clearly, and we have apart from the felt and that, we have got some tungsten carbide as well, and it looks like another collet and chuck, but of course I don't use tungsten carbide on the glass anyway. And there's some teeny tiny ones. Oh, I think that's a tungsten carbide. So there's one diamond that comes with the actual drill. That's interesting. Okay, and of course we can we'll experiment with our little bit of sandpaper. Yeah, interesting, jolly good fun. So I'll pop that back in there. So now it is time to see what this sounds like and feels like while it's in operation. I'm going to put just this little rubber burr that came with the burrs that were sent to me. So what you have to do is depress this little lock button here. Make sure that you do not touch the on-off button at the same time, because although they're virtually opposite each other, you can see how close my thumb is, so that's quite a no-no, because it can't be running while it is locked. And I'm holding this lock down and I'm going to stick the burr into the top and tighten it. Take my finger off the lock and that will now spin nicely, and then you can start it up. That's only on 1.5. Running really smoothly, actually, to be honest. You can barely see that it's going, so that's a really good sign. I won't run it very, very fast. On and off, and as simple as that. Then to take the burr out again, press that lock down, turn it until you feel it go, and simply unwind it. It'll loosen and then come out. And that is that. Just being very careful not to touch the on-off button. With everything all done and dusted, let's have a look and see how it behaves on the glass itself. I'm going to use a little shot glass and play with each and every burr that was sent to me and see what happens. I will work probably dry and wet so that you can see the different effects of the burrs. I'm really excited about this. Let's go for it. Well, let's begin by putting in a simple burr, set it round about 3 speed, little diamond burr, and let's see. Now you can see how smooth that running is. You can't see any wavering. That is pretty impressive. 3 seems to be quite a good speed anyway, for some reason. I thought it would feel quite slow. But as you can see, it's a lovely sharp diamond anyway, of course, brand spanking new. It was coming up fine. Took it down to 2. Works perfectly all right on 2. Took it up to almost 5. And of course, engraves really nicely. But as the demonstration showed, it doesn't need to be 5. I think 3 is probably fine. 3 or 4. Right, out of the set that I've just shown you, I am taking a slightly bigger diamond. Of course, the first diamond was one that came with the drill. The only diamond in the drill kit. This is a relatively large size diamond burr. For those who don't know, of course, it's a coated burr with like a diamond grit. And with a slightly bigger burr, there was no difference in the feel of the drill. It's nice and smooth. It copes perfectly well with a slightly larger burr. Pressing it in, turning it until it clicks, and then loosening it. You turn it a bit further and it loosens. I'm putting in the smaller one from there just actually to check that it's the same as basically the one that came in the kit, roughly. Easy peasy. Lovely stuff. I'm working dry, of course, to show you really how well it engraves. Of course, working wet will make it even smoother. Now I'm taking out the rat's tail from the kit, from the set rather. It's not as fine as the rat's tails that we know, but yeah, it's a little bit chunky, but it will do the job. As you can see, a really nice fine line. Barely touching the glass with a slow speed. And obviously, because it's a nice new drill, a nice new burr as well, it really engraves quite smoothly. Oh, that was close. I tell you what, I felt it and didn't press. I stopped myself pressing that blue button just in time because I was pressing both. It's automatic. So this one is a slightly rounded burr. I'm not pushing. It just wants to drop right to the bottom for some reason. these burrs. Anyway, that's nice and tight. And I'm doing it again. Oh dearie me. Okay, now what I've done is I'm going to bring that right down. Oh, I'm going to test it on 3 first. Oh, okay, that's fine. I know what I'm going to do. I'm starting off by showing you what the point of it will do. Obviously, pretty similar to the rat's tail. Don't ask me why I've done this particular little layout of lines and dots. It's the first thing that came to my mind. Now I'm holding it on its side and, of course, using all, well, not all the diamond coating, but a good percentage of the diamond coating to create a lovely area of a quick fill, if you like. I'm not pressing very hard at all. It's just chewing into the glass. This is a good quality glass. It is certainly not crystal. I'm not wasting crystal on a test piece, but it's engraving up very easily. Now I'm running it very, very slowly, holding it on its side. And isn't that a lovely effect for a lovely little half tone? Say, for example, if you haven't got any stones or rubber available, you can create a lovely soft tone by running this burr slowly on its side. Obviously what you're doing is letting more darkness of the clear glass come through. So here across the top we have got 4 different stone burrs. They'll all basically be the same stone, of course. They do keep dropping right to the bottom. So I just bring it up slightly. Works perfectly well. Also, if you want to hold that on the side, you can obviously make it a little bit longer. And that is a lovely little colouring in tool, if you like. Slightly smoother, of course, smoother than the diamond, and will smooth out a bit of diamond work. I am demonstrating that now. I'm just going over the top of the diamond. Not very easy to see the effect. It is not a smooth stone. It's a slightly rough stone, but it certainly is smoother than the diamond burr. Running it very slowly, and I can create an even softer stipply type of tone. Bouncing the burr across the glass really slowly on its side. We'll have a little play with the bigger burr. I think I'd put it on about 2.5 there. It's got a nice soft finish. You can get all sorts of effects. So just looking at the various burrs that I was sent, you of course can get them in separate packs and different shapes. Those are virtually the same as what I have used already in that from that single set, so you can buy them separately, or each different shape in pairs. So that is a slightly different style that's not in the set. It's got a flat top and it's very cylindrical, and so it basically will work the same as an old rat's tail, but that is much wider, if you like. So it's got quite a nice sharp edge. When I say an old rat's tail, one that you have ground down the top several times as the diamond has worn out, and you flatten the top to get to the new diamond further down the stem. So you can see I'm going very, very lightly. Doing a bit of cross hatching just for fun. You can really, really play with these. Who needs stones and rubbers? You can actually get an amazing number of effects just with diamonds. Now watch this bit of fun. There we go. Using it like a little saw, you've got diamond going all the way down that cylinder. And now you can see how very easily it carves into the top of the glass. Using water, of course, makes it much easier. Better for the diamond, better for the glass, better for the quality of cut. And even though, as I say, this is not crystal, it's cutting through this like butter. Now here we go. This is an exciting burr. One that I have never ever tried in my life. I have seen them obviously advertised, but I've never ever bought one. And this, along with a couple of other sizes, was sent to me obviously with a drill to try out. So you can see a fascinating looking gadget. Don't ask me, I have no idea. Holes and dents in the side, I don't know. Maybe it's to help with the heat or something. I have no idea why it's got those. But anyway, giving it a go. And again, I was quite impressed with, something that's quite this big. The drill behaves perfectly well with it. Now look at that. Boom. Getting stuck right into it. You could also use this on its side, I would imagine. Same sort of effect as anything else with that amount of diamond on the side. But obviously you would pull the burr out slightly. Don't pull the burr out so far that it's going to waver in the drill. Bad idea. Just slightly. If you're on a curved surface, it's going to, if you hold it sideways against the curve, then you are going to be able to get a lovely side effect. But here we are, holding it 90 degrees to the glass, and slowly and carefully I lift it up every now and again, the water dripping continuously because obviously we are creating a lot of heat, and it is very effectively drilling a great big fat hole into the glass. What fun! There you go. That's exciting. And the drill behaved so well. I mean, I noticed at this point it is not getting hot. This is all happening at real time. I have not sped anything up. I have not gone and had a cup of tea. In between, I have worked continuously and it is not heating up. Right, I'm putting that larger diamond burr into the drill that I had in earlier. You can see not once have I put this drill onto a high speed. I haven't felt that it's necessary, really. And bearing in mind that according to the leaflet it goes up to only 22,000 RPM, it's really not going very fast at all, but is working very well. So all I'm doing here is exactly as what I have just done with the previous burr. I am drilling straight through. It's all about being very patient. You can see a little hole appearing. I'm just neatening the edges a little bit. Jolly good fun. So I've got the diamond in again. I'm not really sure what I'm about to do with it. I know what I'm about to do with it. I'm engraving an area of diamond, which I will then change the shade of. You can see I'm not actually dripping water onto it at this stage. It's just some leftover water that's still on the glass. So this now is rubber. It's the only rubber that appears to be available. So there's a different little chuck. So actually I've been naughty and I've put it straight into the drill as I had before, because the other burrs were slightly thicker, of course. This is a 2.35 millimeter shank, and just by tightening it a little bit more, it fits it. So I'm probably going to be shouted at by Dremel. But it's perfectly all right. It seems to be working perfectly well. And here you can see the rubber that they've sent me straight onto diamond does soften it. I tried to use it on the glass to see if it does a little hue on the glass. Not really. I think it requires more abrasive ingredients in the rubber. It's not quite doing the job. Subtle tone. So what I didn't do is, if I had taken the stone, I could have polished out the stone a bit. That would have probably been a little bit darker. So here is an interesting burr. It is the sandpaper burr. And how much fun is this? Holding it on its side, don't run it too fast. You can have all sorts of fun effects with this. There are some scratchy bits in it. There's some pretty smooth bits in it. Now, quite frankly, if you take the rubber and put it on to that, at that tone, I wish I had done that now for you, but that will have softened it a little bit easier than the diamond. So what I'm doing now is I'm just running it along the sort of lower edge of a stone. Lower edge because that's where you don't often use it, but what it does is it slightly softens it, because it takes off some of the grain, and all of a sudden you've got see, there are a couple of scratches in there, but what it's done is created a softer effect. It hasn't got the harshness that it did originally. Just on the edge of it. I only just touched the edge of it, the top end of it. Good fun. Jolly good fun indeed. The next video I will demonstrate a very simple flower using only these burrs. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye for now.